actual experience exceeds all expectations and is something that's hard to put into words. All these things that may seem big and impossible are not.
Hi, I'm Stephen Cuomo, founder and executive producer of Santa Fe Fashion Week. I produce fashion shows, I produce fashion blogs, and I want to do for fashion what Anthony Bourdain did for food. Welcome back, everybody, to Santa Fe Fashion Week's YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please take a moment to do so. And so before we get into today's vlog, yes, I did get my Pfizer vaccine today. And so recently I've watched a documentary on Netflix about William McFarland's Fyre Festival. And at first it was supposed to be a music festival. And I've watched, like I said, the documentary on Netflix, and I watched some YouTube videos about people talking about the festival. And yes, obviously William ran afoul, and now he's serving time in jail.
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in prison.
But I really want to look at this through the lens of a event planner and learn from some of the mistakes he made. So by watching the documentary, it looked like the concept was really a great concept, having a festival, a music festival in the Bahamas. I mean, what a fun event that would be.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you. I'll be there.
And obviously a lot of people got behind it. You had a lot of social media influencers behind it. Able to raise a lot of capital.
Amazing entrepreneur.
He could convince anyone of pretty much anything.
So it's something people could really get excited about, and I could understand that. But again, through the lens of an event planner, what were some of the mistakes he made early on that kind of rippled across and made it such a big failure? And so first, he was doing it at one island where he got in trouble for stating that it was owned by a certain drug dealer.
They just bought an island.
Pablo Escobar's island. Oh my gosh.
And the owner of the island said, hey, you can't do that. And so he was renting that property, that island, to host a festival, and that was no longer, he was no longer able to do that because he broke the contract with the owners of that property. And so then he found another location, which was like an old building site at another island, but he was already pitching the event being on the first island. So right there, that was an issue. And then as an event planner, you have to work, you have to know your numbers, your cost to host the event before you host the event and before you start raising capital. And although he was really great at raising capital and got investors and sponsors, and like I said, a lot of people were excited about the event, it doesn't seem like he knew, you know, how many people that island could host. I guess there was another big event going on at the same time, and you know, the logistics, even the bathrooms, the food, the catering. I mean, to host an event, obviously of that magnitude, is a huge expense. And even though he had millions of dollars coming in, it still wasn't going to be enough to cover his costs. And you could, if you watch the documentary, you can see that he had a lot of advisors coming in and saying, hey, you need much more time to plan such an event. He was bringing these advisors in, I think it was 8 weeks before the event. And the advisors on the outside was just, you know, they could tell that this is not going to work.
Get the messaging out now that this is not a luxury music festival.
And the other issue as an event planner is oftentimes you're using your sponsorship dollars and your sponsorship dollars, let's leave it at that, to host the event. And so he pre-sold tickets very quickly. He had some sponsors, and he was spending that money to put the event together. And then you're at the 11th hour, and people saying, hey, you need to refund those monies. And obviously you already spent those monies to help host this event. And I think that's the greatest takeaway, is when you're hosting these events, you know, first of all, what's going to cost to put this event together, and you better come pretty darn close to what that's going to cost. And then do a feasibility study to see if it makes financial sense. I mean, you know, if you can't pull off the sponsors, or you don't sell enough tickets, don't oversell tickets. So anyway, so being an event planner, I just found that part of the documentary very interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And like I said before, thank you again for following us on YouTube. Thank you.